Alright, what's up everyone? Hello and welcome to my daily gameplay stream. Darkside Phil here. Hopefully you are doing well. I am doing very well today. For the first time in a couple weeks, I actually woke up and I wasn't insanely congested. I wasn't having major allergy problems, which is good. It is pretty hot here in Washington. It was in the 80s overnight, so I have my air conditioner pumping, but for the most part, I was feeling good. I'm excited for today. I'm very excited for today's stream, because it is time to try out Overwatch. This game has been talked about quite a lot, after being previewed at many different events, such as PAX East, and a few other gamer events, and, you know, everyone's saying, wow, it's a competitive, and in some cases, cooperative first-person shooter from Blizzard, which they've never really done one before, but they have high production values, and everything Blizzard puts out is usually quite good. Supposedly runs at a solid 60 frames per second, and it's hilarious because, incidentally, today the launch of the Overwatch beta is also the release day of Battleborn, which is the first-person shooter, cooperative, and competitive game from 2K Games, the makers of Borderlands. Now, I played that demo, or slash beta, last month. Okay, and I'll be honest with everyone. You know, I was thinking these two games were going to go head-to-head. I really did. I thought that it was going to be like a head-up competition between the two, considering, you know, Battleborn releases today, and the Overwatch, the actual retail releases in 3 weeks from today. So FYI, if you're wondering, yeah, you can actually buy the game and play Overwatch in 3 weeks. Okay. Well, I have to say that after I played that beta of Battleborn last month, I was underwhelmed. Not to say that it didn't have a lot of content, and not to say that I don't think that they put a lot of work into it, but pretty much the cooperative stuff was very similar to, say, something like Destiny, and the competitive stuff, although it had some unique elements, such as, you know, having things from, like, what's the name of the game? Oh, God. Like a League of Legends, where you could summon minions and put up turrets and stuff like that. You know, I can't remember the name of it right now. RTS? No, it's not RTS. God, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it did have unique elements in the multiplayer. But the one startlingly bad thing that I saw about the game was that the game did not perform well on the console. It didn't even run at a steady 30 frames per second. Whenever there was a big firefight between a lot of enemies, or even in the co-op stages, the game would dip below 30 frames per second on the PlayStation 4. And I'm like, this is, you know, this is seriously, it's 2016. You know, it's not the beginning of this, it's not even the beginning of this console generation. That was 2 years ago, you know? And I think there's, a lot of these game devs are being given way too much leeway when it comes to the performance of their games. I'm sorry, but if I'm going to shell out full retail price for a game, I expect a game that's going to be top of the line, cutting edge, have a lot of content, perform well. I want everything. And I know that maybe that's a little bit too demanding, and some people will say, oh, you're being a stickler. But for me, when I play a competitive first-person shooter, I need 60 frames per second. And the bottom line is, if you look at the most successful competitive shooters of recent years, it's been games that really run at 60 frames. Call of Duty. And I'm not saying that Call of Duty is great. I'm just saying that Call of Duty is the most successful one, and every single version of Call of Duty for the past, what, 6-7 years has been at 60 frames per second. So how you think you're going to sell a game that's supposed to be a competitive game and have subpar performance, I have no idea. So it's funny, because I really did. I thought that this week that I was going to be playing Battleborn. But after playing the beta back in April and kind of being underwhelmed, and people watching my gameplay of that beta, they said, don't play it, skip it. So I said, alright, you know, fine. I'll, you know, we'll do other stuff that first week of May. And incidentally, it just so happens that the Overwatch beta is the same day. So pretty good, huh? Pretty interesting. I'm excited to see how this turns out. With all the hype I've been hearing about it and everything, I'm pretty excited for today's gameplay stream. Now, I'm not sure how many modes are available in the beta or whatever. I'm going to tell you this, at the very least, I'm playing this for my full gameplay stream today, around 3.5 hours of gameplay. If I really like it, I may play it tonight, and I might even play it tomorrow. It all depends on how much fun I have with it, how much fun you have watching me play it. Because the bottom line is, if it is addictive and exciting and fun and people are enjoying it, I want to keep playing, you know? And that's good, because this week is really kind of an open week for me. I don't have much else going on that I absolutely need to do besides doing a I do at some point want to do a reactions video to playing that Neo alpha demo that I played last week. And I also do want to do a reactions video to this, to Overwatch. But besides that, everything else is open and free. And right now, people have been discussing on my forums what else they want to see me do this week, whether it's Hearthstone, because Hearthstone had an expansion last week, and there's all these new cards that people are playing with. So I could do a stream of that. I actually ordered Mafia 2, and that is actually coming tomorrow. And I'm debating playing Mafia 2 this week because Mafia 3 is coming out in October, and I've never played a Mafia game before, and I would like to actually experience one to get kind of a background for the series before I play the new one. I did that last year with a few different games, and it worked out pretty well. So in that regard, you know, this week I have a lot of free time, so that being said, if I do like Overwatch and I want to play a few days, I could do that. You know, that's pretty cool. A couple people just on the stream chat just asked me why not Mafia 1. Because I'll be honest with everyone, I didn't hear I heard the story of Mafia 1 is good, but I've heard that the game is a little bit antiquated. It doesn't perform well on consoles. That's what I kind of heard. That was, you know, people were like, if you're going to choose between 1 and 2, play 2. That's what I was told. So, plus, let's face it, 2 is the most recent one, so it would give me a better frame of reference. It would be like, you know, if you were going to play Street Fighter 5, but you wanted to play a Street Fighter game before it to give you frame of reference, would you play Street Fighter 2, 3, or 4? Well, you'd probably play Street Fighter 4. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same deal. I wanted to play the most recent one. Alright, so, ladies and gents, gonna be a fun stream today. I thank you for being here. FYI, I will be using Facecam. Hello, everyone. I'll probably turn on my my lamp over there so you can actually see me a little better. But I'll be using Facecams for 2 reasons. Number 1, because, you know, people are hype about the Facecam because of what happened the other day. And number 2, because I actually looked at the HUD, you know, the heads-up display for this game, and it looks like there'd be plenty of room for Facecam, that it wouldn't, like, hinder the gameplay or anything. So I think I'm going to do it today, just for the hell of it. I see no reason not to. I don't think it'll be detrimental to anything. It's not like it's a story-based game, and, you know, the Facecam will be distracting or whatever. And that's pretty much it. I don't have much else to talk about on today's pre-stream. I'm getting pretty hyped for next week, because next week we've got both Uncharted 4 and Doom releasing. And I'm going to officially announce this right now. I am going to be doing a midnight release for Uncharted 4. Meaning, you know, it's going to come out probably 9 p.m. Pacific time. Whether I can get it digitally, I'd like to get it digitally, but I have to check to see if it's a 9 p.m. release time digitally or not. If not, I'm going to get the physical copy at my local GameStop, and I'm going to be doing a special stream that night of a couple hours of premiere gameplay. I have not done a midnight stream in quite a long time. It really has. It's been a long time since I did a late night, you know, premiere stream. I think Uncharted 4 is definitely a game that deserves it, being that I've played the entire series now on YouTube, and I'm very much looking forward to the conclusion of that franchise. I mean, you know it's going to be crazy graphics, super high production value, comedy, great gameplay, plus the multiplayer. I already played the beta of it, and I loved it. So I'm very excited for that, and I cannot wait for next week. I think Uncharted 4 is going to be great. And, of course, Doom. I already played the Doom beta, and I loved the multiplayer beta. It's really old school. Old school, jerker. I said jerker now. Here comes the jokes. It is like a jerk shooter, meaning you have to be really good at having quick reactions. And it's not about gimmicks or anything like that. It really does feel like an old school style shooter. And I cannot wait to play that, too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Next week is going to be crazy. Multiple new releases. This week, more a laid-back week because there's no new releases, so I'm just basically balancing a bunch of other stuff. But I think it's still going to be great. I think this stream in particular should be pretty exciting to check out this game for the very first time. Okay? Twitch shooter was the word I was looking for, not a jerk shooter. Thank you to Derpy in the stream chat who says, I think you wanted to say Twitch shooter, not jerk shooter. Yeah, I think you're right. Of course, gee, I wonder why the word jerk came to mind. Anyway. Alright, so, a couple things. I announced this yesterday on PreStream. I'll just reiterate it. Great news. We hit the funding goal on Patreon for the month of April, which means we will be doing an indie game marathon either at the end of this month or early June. I'll have much more info on that, coming up as the month progresses. But I want to say thank you to everyone who did pledge to my Patreon in the month of April. That was awesome of you. All of the hype and hoopla about my mishap on Sunday is finally starting to die down. It's been 2 days, and I've noticed way less Twitter activity, which, honestly, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, I'm not necessarily famous. I'm infamous right now, and a lot of people say, you know, any publicity is good publicity. Obviously, I would not like to be known as the guy who wanked it on camera all across the internet, but unfortunately, that's kind of the reality of the situation. And there's not a heck of a lot I could do about it, so it's either roll with it and laugh, or let it destroy me, which I don't think I'm the kind of person that's going to let that happen. You know what I mean? So, I'm happy that maybe we have a few newcomers here on stream today. Who knows? Maybe some of you are newcomers or checking out my stuff for the first time. I don't know. I'm just happy that people are still having fun with it, and, you know, that it's not becoming something malicious. It's just something funny, you know, and I'm cool with that. I think it's hilarious. So anyway, you know, I'm sure for the next few days we'll still have more people talking about it, and then it'll finally die out, just like all internet memes. But it was cool, and thanks to everyone who was patient and who was understanding. Yada, yada, yada. All right. All right. All right, well, everyone. I do not want to take too much time further before I start with gameplay. So it's very simple. I'm going to do a very quick plug segment here, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so for those who are newcomers, you might not know this, I do one segment of plugs a day to help support my business, and then I just get into the gameplay, and I never interrupt. You know, it's not like I run commercials or I plug anything during the stream. None of that. It's just gameplay. Raw gameplay. That's my style. I like it raw. Like you couldn't tell that from earlier this week. Okay. So, here's the gratuitous plug segment. Let's get it done, alright? So first off, ladies and gents, if you love the daily gameplay streams that I do, if you like the on-demand videos on DSPGaming of my raw gameplay, if you like vlogging over on the King of Hate Vlogs, or if you like my edited style videos over on KO Gaming, my third YouTube channel, which, by the way, I released my review of Star Fox Zero last night, so you should check that out. And by the way, last Friday, I released my review of Dark Souls 3. I'll be doing more videos on that channel of my reactions to Neo and this Overwatch beta later this week. But anyway, I digress. If you like all that stuff, and you want to see me continue to be able to do this full-time and have a lot of fun doing it for free here daily, lots of content for you, there's many ways you can help support my business and to allow me to continue to do it full-time. First and foremost would be obviously to watch the streams, watch the videos, and spread the word. If you're watching and you like this stuff, please let everyone know, you know, hey, you know, there's this guy who whacks off on camera by accident, and he also plays games. And this gameplay is actually kind of entertaining, so you should check it out. I'm not necessarily saying you need to preface what you're going to tell someone about me whacking it off on camera, but, you know, maybe if that's the way in the door, that's how you get your foot in the door, maybe that's how you have to preface it. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, please spread the word. In addition, social media, @TheyCallMeDSP on Twitter, and I also have an Instagram, They Call Me DSP. It's been on fire for the past couple of days. You obviously know why. But it's gonna, undoubtedly, it's gonna calm down. But if you follow me there, you like what I post up on Twitter, please, you know, like it, retweet it, yada, yada, yada. it helps social media presence, helps online business. It's pretty much goes hand in hand. All right. In addition, if you look at the description of all of my gameplay streams and my videos on YouTube, there is a link. It's an Amazon associate link. And if you live in the United States of America and you already shop on Amazon, this is a no-brainer. Please just click that link and then shop as normal on the website, and it gives me some referral credit. It helps me out. It's not a lot, but it definitely helps, and thanks to all of those who have already used that link in the past couple of months since I set it up. If you're international, you're not inside the United States, unfortunately, the code will not work. So just to, don't waste your time if you don't live in the United States. The biggest way that you can help out is Patreon, which I already mentioned. It's patreon.com/DarksidePhil. If you pledge to my Patreon on a monthly basis, you qualify not only for personal perks, such as getting text and verbal thank yous in my videos, getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly show Ask the King, getting premium forum access to my website thekingofhate.com, and being able to nominate and vote on games for marathons. This month in particular, patrons from April will be nominating and voting on indie games for that marathon event that I already mentioned. Or you can even get a private Q&A video made. I've been around the block. I've been doing YouTube for 8 years, so if you have any personal questions for me or anything about YouTube or anything like that, you get a private Q&A video made that's around 20 to 30 minutes long. Everyone who's gotten that perk absolutely loves it. So please check it out at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, because you're not only getting those personal perks, but you're contributing to a monthly goal as well. If I hit a funding level every month, I actually do a special event and celebration and as a reward to my patrons. And this month we're doing the Indie Marathon. I'm not sure what the new one will be. I have to think about it for about a week or so before I set the next goal up. But that'll be going up on Patreon soon. Alright, so all your pledges this month will contribute to an event coming up sometime in June. So please check it out. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. It helps. It's direct income for me. It allows me to continue to pay my bills. It's not like this is icing on the cake that I go to go do hookers and blow or take a vacation to the Fiji Islands. This is money that I use to pay my bills so I can keep my house. Okay. And then last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna also owns her own business that's internet-based. It's called The Black Current. She sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. It's a cool hobby she spun into an actual business. You can check this out at etsy.com/shop/The Black Current. She has had hundreds of orders. I mean, she shipped over 400 items worldwide in the past year since her business has been opened. She actually just celebrated her most successful month ever. The month of April, she had record high sales, and everyone loves and giving her positive feedback on there. If you don't believe it, check the website out for yourself. Okay? Go ahead and check it out. Etsy.com/shop/The Black Current. Alright, that's about it. I think that's it for the gratuitous plugs. I got it over with. Ooh. And I just cracked my neck. Ow. I just leaned my neck to the side and went crack. Oh, shit. God damn. Alright, thank you everyone. The time has come to begin with the Overwatch beta. So thank you very much. I appreciate your viewership, and let us have some fun. Alright, here we go, and thanks for waiting. Without further ado, the time has come! Alright, thank you for being patient. Here we go. Let me set up.